Good morning. We're ready to leave Mildura and we're going to head up to Wentworth and then up to Menindee and have a look at the lakes up there. We're going to land at Menindee and then we're going to go further up the Darling, up to Burke, and then head up into Queensland, the lower portion of the southern Queensland, and we're going to go to Cunnamulla and then Charleville and have a look at the Warrego where the water would be coming in from the Bradfield scheme, the hybrid Bradfield scheme. Then we'll come across to Goondiwindie where we're going to spend the night. So we're going to be listening to people on the ground in a few places here today, but we're going to be covering a lot of ground. Just a broad overview of the whole Murray Darling Basin in these 3 days, and then we'll be coming back on the ground in a vehicle. We're on the ground at Menindee Lakes, and we've flown over a completely dry Darling River, snaking as it works its way down towards the Murray. And we've also seen Menindee Lakes drained, completely drained. And we saw an amazing development, a farm development that used to operate. And we've also seen some questions raised about the timing of some deals for compensation from the government, tens of millions of dollars of compensation. But the overriding impression, apart from the dryness, is going back to last night and thinking about how much fresh water is in Lake Alexandrina and in the surroundings around Lake Alexandrina. And that water came from here and came from farmers in southern New South Wales and northern Victoria. And these lakes were drained to keep South Australia wet. Okay, it's been a long day today. We left at 6 a.m. from Mildura, and then we flew to the Darling River and Wentworth, and then went up to Menindee Lakes, and what a mess that is. That's deliberate destruction of the environment there. It used to be called the Kakadu of the South. Wonderful bird life, and now look at it. It's just desolate. And they want to keep it that way. They've turned these beautiful lakes into desolate mud bowls and desolate dust bowls, and tried to convert some of them into farms because of the rich soil. Then we went from there up to Mendindee to refuel the plane, and then we went into Queensland and straight up to Charleville and north of Charleville to have a look at the Warrego River as a possible channel for water coming in from the north into the Murray Darling Basin. And then we flew during the dark to the town of Goondiwindie in southern Queensland. That's where we are overnight. One of the things that keeps coming up is the gross incompetence of the decisions that are driving this Murray Darling Basin plan. The second thing that keeps coming up is the crazy, ridiculous, absurd assumptions that underpin the basin plan. And the third thing that's raising its head is the outright corruption, the dishonesty. Now, the media has talked about some of that. We've heard stories of really savage corruption going on in this basin. And that's something we need to get to the bottom of as well. So it makes, as someone said today, it makes the pink bats look like a tea party. Bickies and scones. We have got to fix this plan. It's killing the environment, and it's killing farming, and it's killing communities. So tomorrow we will close off the loop and go back down the east of the Murray Darling Basin, back to Albury. See you in the morning.